los que estuvieron en ese operativo, decirle a aquellos que me den los nombres de los que estuvieron en esos operativos, que me den los nombres de los oficiales, que esos hijueputas me responden a mí por los dos muchachos.
Pablo Escobar needs no introduction. Arguably the greatest criminal in modern history, the king of cocaine managed to steer a massive ship, the Medellin cartel, all while fighting with everyone. Unknown to the general public, however, is how exactly he gave these instructions to execute his enemies. But just recently, unpublished and classified tapes and interviews have been released, and we've translated them from Spanish to English just for you. And a lot of them will send chills down your spine. Let's roll back the years and dive into these never-before-seen tapes. Let my family go, or else. On November 28, 1993, the German government refused the entry of Pablo Escobar's family into Germany and returned them back to Colombia after having spent 24 hours in the Frankfurt International Airport. At that moment, this audio was recorded.
Le habla Pablo Escobar de Medellín. Es para manifestarle que si el gobierno de Alemania rechaza a mi familia inocente, yo tomaré represalias contra los ciudadanos, los turistas, las empresas y los intereses de Alemania en Colombia.
Escobar's family reportedly asked to apply for asylum because of political persecution in Colombia. Despite Escobar's threats to the German government and the airport itself, the German border forces denied them entry on 28 November. German officials concluded that their endangered lives were the consequence of the drug lord's criminal activities, and therefore it was not their responsibility to protect them. Conflict with the Cali cartel. In the next audio, we have a conversation between Pablo Escobar and one of his men. In this conversation, we are informed about the Cali cartel and how they are planning to execute him.
¿Bien o qué? Cuéntame. Que el negro me estaba diciendo a mí desde allá mucho tiempo. Mira que a ustedes los quieren sacarlos de allá. Que porque ustedes están invadiendo la plaza de Nueva York y que la plaza de Nueva York ha sido de ellos toda la vida. ¿Cómo les parece? Dueños de la ciudad. Vamos a decir a unos inteligentes que no los guapos. Eso es lo que se va a demostrar aquí.
In 1988, the Monaco bombing occurred. This was a failed attempt by the Cali cartel to assassinate Pablo Escobar with a car bomb made up of 800 pounds of dynamite at his Monaco luxury apartment in Medellin. Nobody was killed, but his daughter Manuela was forever left deaf in her left ear. You may be wondering why the Cali cartel was so desperate to attack him in his luxury apartment where his whole family was, but they had a reason to be desperate. You see, Pablo and his family hid at a luxury apartment in the Monaco building while his lawyer negotiated the surrender treaty with the Colombian government. The Cali cartel, being Escobar's principal rivals, felt that Escobar would become untouchable after he entered his private prison and decided to assassinate him before the treaty was finalized. 2 years later, he discovered the traitors to be the Ochoa brothers, who were in league with the Cali cartel. The Ochoa brothers were major associates of the Medellin cartel. In fact, there is a leaked audio tape later in this video centered around the kidnapping of their sister, Marta Nieves Ochoa. Eventually, when Escobar died, the authorities turned their eyes toward the Cali cartel, which was leading the billionaire drug business. A warning to the president. The audio that we will listen to next was sent by the top leader of the Extraditables, which is Pablo Escobar himself. The Extraditables was a narco-terrorist organization founded by Pablo Escobar in 1984. Their motto was, "We prefer a grave in Colombia to a prison in the United States." They had a message for their president of Colombia at the time. This group proposed to end the war and the drug business in exchange for constitutional guarantees, but it seems this never happened. That was why this audio was sent. Burn their house and start a civil war. Pablo Escobar supposedly wanted nothing but peace and dialogue with the Colombian government, but the government refused, so he decided to sow terror through heinous acts like car hijackings, bombs, and even a civil war. Pay attention to this audio.
Cuando hay una guerra civil bien verdad que nos llaman a paz, esa es la única fórmula que yo le veo a él. Y nos dedicamos a darle a los políticos, a quemarles las casas, y hacer una guerra civil bien berraca, entonces nos tienen que llamar al diálogo de la paz y arreglamos con todo el mundo y se nos arreglan los problemas. No le veo otra solución. Pero hay que luchar, hermano, hay que poner todo el corazón para esto y nos vamos a morir todos, nos morimos todos.
Clearing his name. Now, the next clip is not an audio, but an interview which was unpublished of Pablo Escobar in his Naples estate in Colombia. It's actually a unique interview he gave in person to clarify issues of drug trafficking, and this is what he said.
Tengo mi conciencia tranquila, jamás he enviado un solo kilo de cocaína a Europa ni he hecho ningún tipo de negociación con ningún europeo. Yo considero que el problema de la drogadicción no solamente en Europa, sino en cualquier país del mundo está relacionado con la educación y no con la represión. Es un asunto de educación y de disciplina, no es un problema de represión.
These officers answer to me. In the next tape, you can hear Escobar uncomfortably giving orders to one of his men about a police operation that apparently ruined his plans. He was fervently demanding the names of the officers, maybe to mail them a gift card or to burn their house down.
Lo que le van a orar a ese hijueputa y a los que estuvieron en ese operativo, decirle a aquellos que me den los nombres de los que estuvieron en esos operativos, que me den los nombres de los oficiales, que esos hijueputas me responden a mí por esos dos muchachos. Que me den los nombres de los oficiales, que esos hijueputas me responden a mí por esos dos muchachos.
Kidnapping of Sister Marta. On November 12, 1981, the kidnapping of Sister Marta Nieves Ochoa was carried out by the M19 revolutionary movement. Sister Marta was the sister of Fabio Jorge Luis and Juan David Ochoa, who were friends and members of the Medellin cartel. The M19 kidnappers were being financed by drug trafficking cartels in Colombia. Escobar organized men and weapons and sought revenge for the kidnapping of Marta Ochoa, and it seems this audio refers to the incident.
Y decirle que si esos dos muchachos me aparecen muertos, que le mato la mamá y los primos y hasta el hijueputa ese marica cree que es porque es policía, que si yo tengo miedo a ese hijueputa, ¿ok?
Media malice. Pablo Escobar and the newspaper El Espectador have a special story, and I could say that one of the great Escobar's enemies was the newspaper El Espectador. They were one of the few media outlets that dared to attack the drug trafficker. El Espectador had published a judicial note that documented that 6 drug traffickers had fallen in Antioquia with 39 pounds of cocaine, and among the detainees were Pablo Escobar and his cousin Gustavo Gaviria. It was then that Escobar declared the war on the newspaper, and this would be audio recorded when Pablo threatened them. Two of the attacks that he ordered were on December 17, 1986. He ordered hitmen to assassinate the director of El Espectador, Guillermo Cano, who had denounced the criminal power of the drug trafficker. Presidential ambition. In 1982, Pablo Escobar, the most powerful Colombian drug trafficker and most wanted man in the world, was about to enter politics, and he achieved it, making it all the way to the House of Representatives. But he wanted more. He wanted to be the president of Colombia. But as you would hear in this audio, he needed an extra bribe for the officials, but he could not do it and was eventually frustrated.
Pero esos amigos de Blazer, los del Congreso, pidiendo plata, hermano, y hay que darle, hermano. Colaboración extra. Porque es que estos políticos, hermanos, hay que darle a todo el mundo, hermano.
What Escobar did not know is that he would not last long in the game of politics. In the middle of the commotion, they raised accusations and denunciations. They also included him in the list of drug traffickers, so that on the 20th of January 1984, the drug trafficker denounced his policy withdrawals. What part of the tapes really stuck out to you? Was it Pablo Escobar defending his family's honor, threatening the president of Colombia, or wanting to start a civil war? We hope more unpublished tapes will be released in the near future, because there are many layers to Pablo Escobar, and a personality as big as that needs to be properly understood. If this video sent chills down your spine, check out our other awesome videos on the channel detailing organized crime, mafia, and prisons. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.